Let's get something straight right now. I fucking hate these shelves. They're a pain in the ass to put together and take apart, and they're noisy as fuck. But they kick absolute total ass when it comes to vertical gardening in tight spaces, especially if you have to grow indoors because you can't afford a goddamn house. Because capitalism absolutely oppresses the shit out of everyone except those at the very fucking top. Okay, that was a lot. Let's get to the fun. Today, we're going to plan and assemble these goddamn wire shelves from Intermetro as the structure of a vertical indoor gardening setup. The first thing we need is a plan. And yes, there will be some math. No, it won't be hard. Here's what you need to know. Which plants are you going to grow? How tall are they at maturity? How tall are the containers you're going to use? Because when I say these shelves are a bitch and a half to put together, I ain't lying. And they're a triple bitch to rearrange in the middle of a grow. So it's super important you have a good idea how much vertical separation you're going to need between the shelves before you put the things together. I'm going to grow leafy greens in this system. Kale to be exact. I know from where I bought the seeds, the kale plants will be about 12 inches high at maturity. I also know the containers I'm going to use are about 12 inches tall as well. So 12 plus 12 is 24 inches. That's 2 feet. Math is fun. I'm going to have to use grow lights because my apartment gets no fucking sun in this room. So I need to bake in some headroom for the grow lights because you don't want your plants growing into your flippin' lights. That's just stupid. And rule number 347 around here is don't be fucking stupid. So I'm going to buffer about 6 inches of headroom, which should be plenty. Adding 6 to 24, we get 30 inches. These shelves are about 48 inches tall, so that leaves about 18 inches for the second level. So if this system is going to be all kale all the time, then I've got a small problem for the second level. Leaving 6 inches of headroom for the grow lights, I've only got 12 total inches of grow space. So, goddamn it, what to do? Well, I'd like to have a continuous supply of kale. So why not have an assembly line style of production? Which means I can start new kale plants every week or two and move them along the shelves as they mature until eventually they get so old I have to force them into the plant nursing home, which in this sense is my fucking tummy. Problem solved. I'll just use the shorter shelf as the staging area for new plants. High five, America! Now that we have a plan, it's time to use our muscles to put this bad boy together. So these are the posts right here. It's got these little screwy dilly majiggies on the bottom, these little flippy floops that you can screw in and out to adjust and level the shelving system, and each one of them has it. It's also got these little grooves right here, and this is where we're going to clip these little plastic clippy things. So this is one half of the clippy thing. So these things right here is we're going to take 2 of these and we clip them on the post like so. So it goes whoop, 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 like they're having sex with each other. Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Take clip. We take one half, we slide it on. You can hear it click into place. We take second clip and we take it and we put it right over that one. And now we have it, and I can't move it. I'm moving it as hard as I can. Post number 2, we do the same thing. We take the thing, we clip one half on, we clip the other half on. And then this one's being uncooperative because he doesn't want to stay on there. And we got to clip it on there a little harder. And then you push it and you jerk it, and it doesn't come off. The last one, or the next to last one, we have that, clip that into place. And well, you got to line your female and male parts up and then clip that sumbitch into place. Our last post. We go clip, we go clip and jerk and boom. Now, we got all 4 posts done. I have this nice flat shelf here. It's not wire, it's just flat. It's pretty pointless in terms of being multifunctional. You can only just put stuff on it. Duh, right? So this guy's gonna go on the bottom. All right, so the best way I've found to do this is to hold the shelf vertical like this, and then you take your post and you stick it in the hole just like that. You run it all the way down until you get to the clippy part right here, where I put the clips on, and just kind of fit it into the hole just like that. And we're gonna do this for all these fucking posts. And you gotta have enough space in order to not fuck this up. See the little clip space right there. Right here, where the little clip thing kind of sits into the hole in this guy right here. And you can kind of get a good sense of that. I know it's a little tough to see when my stupid camera's not focusing. But yeah, you can see that pretty well right there. But that's what it looks like. See what I mean about these shelves being a pain in the ass? It's like about trying to it's like trying to fight a wet noodle with a goddamn hippo standing on your neck. I don't even know what that means, but you just slide this motherfucker through like this. Be sure not to poke out a TV or an eye or kill your pet or whatever. Get in that fucking hole. See what I mean about them being noisy? They're fucking noisy. And you're like, yeah, get in there, get in that hole. So we have this shelf there, and you can see the other post there. We slide all the way down. We're on a vertical now. We have these posts nice and tidy in their holes. Stand these bad boys up. Like, see? You see? You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful because it just slides right out. They don't clip it, they don't stick very well if they're not, you know, having weight on them. And ready to rock. Almost ready to rock. If we come over here and we just put our foot to kind of mush it down into place. Like, get in there, you son of a bitch. You got to be violent with it sometimes because these shelves, I'm telling you, they don't cooperate. They don't like to cooperate. You can tell that they're in place there. We have a pretty good solid foundation to work with. And now it's time to measure. So now we need to measure. We need to measure from the very top up here, 30 inches. Because remember, our plants are 12 inches tall, our container is 12 inches tall, and we need 6 inches of headroom between shelves to account for the grow lights. So we need 30 total inches. So measuring from the top, we have 30 inches is about right here. Now I'm going to take 4 clips and put them on these little grooves, and then we'll slide on the second shelf. Yeah. So 30 inches was about right here in this little groove. So we're going to put clips there, and I've already got one established. And you just clip that son of a bitch in place, and you jerk them down real hard. So at certain intervals, they have these double grooves. So these are what I use to measure these from. So on the other post, I should have a double groove right here, as you can see right here. And I'm going to put my clip right above that. And I'm going to do the same for the other 4 posts. Get on there. I got all 4 posts there. You can see those 2 there on that side. And then I have these on this side. So now I'm ready to put on the second wire shelf. Here my hamatuga. Here my hamatuga. Got the wire shelves. Now, a distinction here is that you can see here is that there's kind of a lip around the edges. So we want to make sure that this lip points down when we put it over the post. Going down, down. Check it out. And the trick is you got to get it slid over each of these posts. And it's a little tricky because, like I said, these posts are like wet noodles. They don't want to fucking cooperate. So you just slide it down like that. Like you're sliding down a tube of wet grease or something. And then you got to make sure that your little collar thingy for these shelves fits over the clasp dilly. Guess what, America? I fucked up. This back one back here, it's all fucked up. I put it in the wrong spot. And again, this just points to what a pain in the ass these shelves are to put together. You got to make sure you get them in the right height all the way around. Or guess what? You slide that motherfucker over and you're going to have to do it again. So I'm going to have to do it again. And poof, a perfect shelf system. And now I should be able to sit on it. Oh, don't fail. Don't fail. Look it. I ain't touching the ground. Okay, last step is to put clips right here on the very top groove on each of these shelves. We'll put this last shelf on the top and we'll be fucking done. Clip two sides. Clip two sides. This, and we clip this side. Yeah. Yeah. And now we have 4 clips of blurry fucking video. And now all we got to do is slide on the last shelf. And here we go with the final shelf in all of its glory. Fighting the wet noodles of history as we slide our vertical shelving system into place to create our first vertical hydroponics system for home gardening and self-fulfillment. Whatever your pleasure, America. There you have it. I present to you the shelves of Destiny. Dun, 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 dun. We did it. As you can see, setting these things up is a bitch and a half. And I'm an expert at this. So don't get too frustrated if you find it more painful than I just did it. You can hang lots of stuff off these shelves like grow lights and whatever else. These are multifunctional shelves. They also can hold a lot of weight. Each shelf can hold up to 300 pounds. And you know what? Water is fucking heavy. I didn't know if you knew that or not. Breaking news, water is fucking heavy. When you're in the middle of a grow and you need to rearrange because you miscalculated how high your plants are, good luck. These things are a bitch and a half to take apart, even more so than they are to put together. Also, there's too many goddamn pieces. Each pole, it's like just trying to put together a freaking Mr. Potato Head or something, like some kind of Lego puzzle piecey weird thing that's heavy. But overall, I think they're pretty aesthetically pleasing. They kind of fit in with the home and they look pretty awesome when you get plants and everything growing in them. And they're also lightweight. So if you need to move them in the middle of the grow, then they're pretty easy to slide around. But if you wanted to take them like hiking, like you weirdly wanted to strap them on your back to hike up the side of a mountain, or you had to move and you wanted to take them and try to put them in a moving truck without disassembling it. And the final thing, you can grow just about anything in these things. I wouldn't recommend growing like vining plants or like giant cucumbers or squash or whatever that's gonna just take over the world. And that's all I got. Like and subscribe, push the things down there. If you want more of this type of shit, click all the links in the description. It leads to some good stuff, I promise. Bye, motherfucker. I got a family of squirrels living in my attic. Do you wanna come over and get rid of them? Because if you don't, then I'll have to see you right.